Hi everyone, I'm back and I came back quickly so we could still be on a roll with this stuff. Now I found out this is a photograph and it's by Nalia Swartz, so that was good, and it's just called Pomegranate. This one is Alexi Pal, Still Life with Pomegranates on Silver Plate, and it is a painting. And I had a bit of trouble with this. I couldn't find this one again to reference it. I could only find pomegranate oil painting for a reference for this one. Honestly, Pinterest is really not that great for supporting artists. But this is a painting by Nancy Helm called Pomegranate on White Platter. Beautiful, it's a beautiful painting. And this one is Pomegranate in a Decorative Metal Bowl, it's called, but I can't cite the artist for that either. So yeah, Pinterest, thanks, but no thanks. So this is where I've gotten to. Bit of a compilation. Oh, do you like this? I made the biggest discovery ever. There was an op shop that I had no idea existed. It's got a little cafe. It's got a food box pickup place for people who are can't afford necessarily food, and just a wonderful place in just close by in Airport West called Helping Hands. So I have picked up there. I'm getting off topic. This was $4, but these are all shell. Aren't they gorgeous? And they've all got one hole in, except for in the middle there are some with two holes like a button. So I'm going to repurpose this. I felt it matched the colours on here, so I'm actually thinking this will be after, you know, maybe doing it like a bit of decoration, bit of fun up the top, because these have been fun. So I've cut my jug out. I traced off the shape of that lovely jug and I've cut it, and I've even put a bit of batting behind it to make it a little bit more substantial. This needs an iron, but it's going to be fine just for doing some invisible stitch. It'll be fine for now. So this is the composition. So basically I'm going to stitch down all of these bits. But I don't think I'll do all of this on camera, but I'll just show you what I'm doing. This is going to look more like a ceramic bowl than a glass bowl, as the original picture had. Thank you for the questions in the description box in the comments section. Yeah, I do find one of the questions was I trying to be abstract with the pomegranates, or did I want to make them darker? Now, I always thought that I love the patchworky look, same with the background. I'm quite happy to, I don't really mind if someone thinks they're apples. You know, I'm not too fussed about it. I mean, I'm calling them pomegranates, but they're not really necessarily looking like a painted pomegranate. My work isn't always, you know, it's not always 100% lifelike. It's not photogenic. So I have got the dark thread here and light thread here and through here. But now that I'm putting them down and thinking about it, I do often paint, and I am thinking this is going to be painted, but now I'm starting to think I might come in with a bit of gouache and darken some of the darker shadowy areas a bit more to make them a bit more of that burgundy rich red of a pomegranate. That's a thought. I'm also thinking this will go up here somewhere as the title, because I always write the date and the name. I actually had thought that this one was going to be sideways for the first one of all of them. All of them have been upright. Let me regroup. I realised later that I thought I actually might paint the background of this. I feel that it takes away a little bit from the front, and there's lots of details through here with the stitching. It's very textural, but perhaps a wash through here in a light white kind of wash might just help the table and chair stand out a bit better. This one I did the little painting on. I don't know why I felt the need to have painting on each of these panels, but I think I just must miss painting, and I've been doing a lot of stitching, and this one of course is painted on the soup can. There is stitching as well, but the soup can here is painted. So I'm not adverse to painting this bowl and adding some bits to it. And I just thought if I'm going to do this up here, like something like that, sometimes I do them. So let's see, we've got a side, top and a side. This is like a party. I love it. Isn't it funny? Sometimes the hardest ones can turn out to be your favourites. Okay, so that could go there. So I'm going to pin it just so as I know where I want it. I think I've been inspired by Rachel and Corinne doing bunting. It's like a cute little bunting hanging down there. Okay. So it is a little bit difficult to get through when there's a couple of layers of the steamer seam. So it will take me a while to get through all around the edges. And I'm not going to bore you with that. Let me get my pen, friction pen, because I've got to iron this anyway. So it'll come off when I just get a rough idea of where that is. Let's put that aside. School holidays here. So the kids are out and about next door. I think they've been going out most days. I don't know what they're doing. Just, I mean, the mum works 3 days a week, so maybe there's a creche that they go to for 3 days a week. I don't know. Where's my jug? Okay, I'm just going to actually get these invisible stitched to the batting. Cutest little jug. So while I'm stitching here, I just have a little natter about my visits this week. This week I've been to Savers out at Preston because they have a seniors day, and so you get percentage off. And I knew I wanted some winter clothes. A couple of the dresses that I regularly wear are just defunct really, and wanted some warm clothes for winter. So I went out there, I got 2 pairs of jeans and a skirt. I don't wear a skirt a lot, but however, I found one I really liked that fitted. And winter, I like a skirt in winter with boots, so I'm going to do that. So I've been having a bit of a play with clothing, which is good fun. And then I went to Kmart. I went to Kmart of all places because it's Lily's birthday tomorrow and it's Lys's on next Wednesday. So Lily's is tomorrow, Friday. And probably that might be today when this video goes up. And Lily and I have a bit of a thing. We like our winter cozy socks, our bed socks. And last year she found the most amazing ones, but we haven't been able to find them. But I thought I'll have a look in Kmart and see if I can find her something that works for her birthday. I didn't find ones that are what we like. Found some other ones though yesterday at Target. So I've got that covered. And then I went to this amazing op shop. So I got actually a shirt at Target, which I'm going to tea dye because it's just a bit too brilliantly white. And I managed to pick up some really good, amazing stuff at this op shop. So now I've got I'm ready to go with my upcycling. So I'm getting it all prepared. So I'll make another video as I go because it's kind of fun and exciting. If I put this on. So I've got some jeans, some tops to alter. So I'm going to go all out. I'm going all out, folks. Couldn't believe it. I'm actually going to get the sewing machine out. It's going to be quite the challenge, and we'll see how we go. But it's going to be fun. It's actually going to be fun. So today I'm going to do the tea dyeing. I've got to do the wash, then the tea dye, because you've got to wash off any residual anything on cottons and things like that. So I'm just doing a overcast stitch here. I also my friend asked me if she could buy my little Easter bag, which I couldn't work out how to price it, because if you look at the hours you spend, it's, you know, it's sort of out of people's price range when you look at it. I mean, not that you shouldn't charge for your hourly rate. Anyway, that set me off. So I've got another little Easter video coming up because there's some more additions to that little Easter bag, which is such fun. I love it so much, I nearly really didn't want to sell it because I love it so much. But we'll see how we go. And so she asked if I would teach. So I actually have been a teacher in the past. I feel also like after 5 years of learning all about slow stitch, I actually can teach. You know, I've got stuff to teach, especially beginners. So we're going to do a class. So we're going to do a 4-week series in my house. So that'll be fun. I'm looking forward to that. Her and probably a couple of her friends just want to do this, learn the way I do things. So that's going to be fun. And let's see how we go with that. It was a plan. It was on my plans always to be doing that. Just hadn't got to that point yet. So I'm going to go away and do this difficult stuff off camera because it's harder on my hands, and I just have to stop and start with it just to get these down, and I'll be back. Okay, I am back for a quick catch up at the end. I have finished getting everything down, and I haven't ironed it yet. I was about to do that, and then I thought, no, just get going a bit more on this little stitching at the side. So I've just decided to do a straight running stitch on the background here, or a cantha stitch, whatever you want to call it. Just a wide open one, just to give some detail and texture to the background. And this video was supposed to be up yesterday, which was Friday. We've been out at Urban Surf with both daughters having a bit of a surf for their birthdays together, which was quite beautiful, really. It was really lovely to see the girls together catching the waves. Urban Surf is a man-made surf park kind of thing, and a lot of surfers go there. I've mentioned it before, it's not the cheapest of places. It's not like just going to your local swimming pool. You really have to pay quite a bit for your session. And I think that's because of the machinery and the electricity, I imagine. So I really want to give this a press. I've just written in pen, friction pen that, but I think if I press that, I'm going to stamp. I think I'll stamp it on. Yeah, so we went and it's a special girls' night. I don't know if I mentioned it. I might have. It's called Sip and Surf, and it's girls only on a Friday night once a month. And Lily had a couple of her friends going. It was her actual birthday. It was Lys's birthday next Wednesday. And I was the photographer. It's very, very good fun. Let's warm up a bit. Just be a bit easier with this side bit here to have that pressed. And they do a little awards night afterwards, which is also quite cute. I'm going to take that wording off. Yeah, I don't want that there. And so Lily won what they call Best in Bays, because each of the bay is, each of the areas, there's two sides. Each side is called a bay, so that way they can have about 4 or 6 lessons going at once, three maximum on each side, because at the back the big waves come, and then the next level of waves are when they've sort of cut down a bit, and they're medium waves. And Lily was on those ones, and then the beginner waves are when they've, you know, just that as the momentum comes from the back big waves right to the front. The front waves are for the beginners. So Liz was at the front, and I was surprised she got up a few times. It's quite amazing. Oh, it was a good night. And then we had a drink, and they always give little awards, best in the bay, or, you know, just different encouragement awards. And Lily won Best in Bays, and she got a $100 voucher. So that was pretty exciting. I think she was very happy about that. Now I've got to work out. I think one of the issues is going to be as soon as I cut this fishing wire, the beads are going to pop everywhere. So this is going to, I want that one to be the middle one. Had a nice meal. In Melbourne, the Urban Surf is attached to a restaurant called Three Blue Ducks, which is run by MasterChef people, which I've said, if you haven't already heard me say that. One of the guys from MasterChef and a couple of his mates. And it's quite good food. Very good food, very good prices, quite expensive. 4, 5. So we want to go from here to here. Yeah, it was quite the night, really quite enjoyable. It gets cold there at night. I think I said that the other day when I was watching Lily. So I had taken extra precautions, extra gear to rug up and a coat. And this time you can either sit outside and watch from in the restaurant and have a nice hot drink or something, or if you pay $5 you can go in and you're right up close. So last night I went in up close so I could get some photos. Got lots of footage. I'll be making a little video montage for the girls because Lily had a couple of friends there, some who'd surfed in the past but hadn't surfed for a while. They had a blast, and two of her friends who she actually started with but who have been going a bit more regularly for more lessons, they actually had advanced to going out the back, and so they were out there on the big waves doing all the, you know, the little curvy-worvy bits. Quite exciting. It's great. It's a very, very strenuous exercise, which is a good thing. Good fun. So I'm hoping not to wreck this fishing wire here, but when I get up to the end, cut it off maybe further away so I can tie it off. That's the idea anyway. Needless to say, one of the girls was going, a couple of her friends live further away from where we were, and one of them was catching a plane this morning, so we're quite near the airport. So she came and she stayed, and Lily dropped her off at the airport this morning. It's nice to see her getting a good group of friends happening. Just realised that I probably could have done the cantha stitching before I got onto this. So we've got a family lunch tomorrow, and guess what? We're going back to Urban Surf. Lily's having a lesson just before they arrive, and we're going to have a nice lunch. So the birthday shenanigans continue. Bit of fun. So I'm going to go off and finish this off, but before I come back, I want to show you, I went off to the Australian Quilt Convention, and I want to show you my stash. So I know that I got one or two things that Dawn and Susanna got, because we all like a similar thing, and I'll explain that as we go. I've been wanting to get some walnut shells to make a pincushion so I can sharpen my needle, so I don't want a lot. There was another bag that was a bit bigger around the corner that was a better value, but I saw this and thought I was the same as Susanna. I don't really necessarily want to get so much that it's just sitting there. Let me go through. I don't know, I think this was with this one. I don't know. They're the same. Yes, that would have been this little stall. So I got a little bit of this Awero Shishiko thread. Beautiful. I love the Shishikos. And this I loved because it's a double-sided, which means that you can use either side. So I wanted to make another bag. Of course, that's what I wanted to do. So there was that. And I got a couple of little Liberty packets. And the Patchwork Ninja popped in and said hi. These were $8. $5 is probably top of the range for that little amount, but I love the pictures and I love the design. I love the flowers. Got to get what you love. So a bit of the Japanese cotton. So for $8, you've basically got one quite large size. So that's beautiful. I love that. I'm going to enjoy using that. And one of the other exciting things is that Kate and I caught up for a chat before I left and before she started with Sarah. So it was lovely to meet Sarah as well. This is pretty, isn't it? We had a great old chinwag, which was wonderful. Always great to catch up with Kate. And I am looking forward to using that in something as well. I don't know what yet, but that's beautiful. Now I did get this $13 for a bag of scraps, which I thought was a pretty good value. I love that there's a little bunny in there. Let me just open it and have a look. There are a couple of little needle stitch patterns that I really like, but I've been drawing some of my own pictures, and I just thought, well, I just should be doing my own because I really love my little drawings that I've been doing. So we've got some greens. Maybe I'll make a green bag. Blues. Love these bits. Oh, cherries. I love cherries. So there's quite a range. This isn't bad for $13. This is a good amount. Some text. Love that. But also, look at this. Isn't that gorgeous? I think I can see something Eastery from that coming up this week. And I got Lucello. I would have liked to have bought the whole store of Lucello. Wouldn't we all? Here we go, some beautiful fabrics. Beautiful. Quite a variety. This is a good pack too. This one was $14. Still another good pack. Quite a lot of interesting. I was going to get a red pack, but I've got quite a lot of red material, and I just actually, some of these, the pinks I really loved. It's beautiful. And interestingly enough, when I was looking for the fat quarters, some of these were ones I were gravitating towards, but I don't need that much. I'm liking the smaller bits and pieces projects with small pieces, so this works so much better for me. And then you've got a good variety. So here we go. Lots, and I particularly love that there was this Paris one in here. This is a complete one, which is good. This is almost complete. Some of these are not complete, but some of these ones that are complete, I'll be able to make some little tags from. I love that. And I love this too. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? So I think it was not Dawn. Yeah, no, I think it was Susanna who got this Yoko Saito book, and I think I was showing Kate, and $24.99 was a great price. I agree, Susanna. It was a really wonderful book to get, and I have already picked the first thing I'm going to make out of here. Well, two things. I love the apron with the little appliques of the spoon and the knife and the fork and the cups. And the other project I think I'll make is, where is it? Every time I open it, I see something different and go, oh, I'd like to make that. This one. This will be the first one I'm going to make. Isn't that just gorgeous, that design? So that's already bookmarked. His little bookmark. Put that in to remind myself. The only other thing I got to go with my mainly Japanesey sorts of fabrics. So as you know, I made my antique, I'm just grabbing it off the shelf, my antique Komikaburo with the Japanese antique fabrics. They had a pack of the antique fabrics, so Shuji was there and Alison wasn't there, but I got a couple more fabrics. So good. They're so good for shibori, but little sections of them are also great for these bags. So, you know, like a panel like that. And somewhere I've still got a lot of leftover bits from the workshop. So I'm thinking of making another one of these, but with these materials. Aren't they gorgeous? And they lend so well to overstitching. So it was nice to see Shuji again. So that's my stash, and I had a great time. But I'm going to just finish that last bit of stitching and the name, and I will be back with the reveal at the end. Okay, so this is the finished product. I think, unless I end up putting any more on the jug or painting a bit on the pomegranates. But it's got canvas all the way back through here, through the background. I've stamped April 2025. I made it the party fruit and jug because this has made it very festive, and I think the colours are very festive as well. And I'm really happy with this. I really love it. So I hope you've enjoyed seeing my bits and pieces-y sort of fruit and jug, and yeah, anyway. I feel like I was a little bit all over the place with this one, but now I feel like I've gotten on top of the prompts and can do a little bit of work on my larger piece and hopefully look at how these all might work as individual pieces, but on the larger piece. So we'll see how that goes. So I'd just like to say hello to all the new subscribers and hello to the old subscribers, of course, those of you who've been with me for quite a while. It's lovely to see some new people commenting, and yeah, thank you very much. It's great. I really appreciate it. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.